Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brad Browning, aka Breakup Brad here. Welcome to this video where I'll be sharing the top 3 signs that indicate you've got zero chance of ever getting back together with your ex. Now, I know this is a bit of a depressing topic, but I'm confident that most of you out there watching this video right now will not have to worry because you won't have seen any of these signs from your ex already. So yeah, for most of you beautiful people watching, you're probably actually going to feel a bit better about your chances by the time this brief video is over.
Excellent.
Now, before we dive straight into sign number 1, I want to quickly tell you guys about my free quiz tool. Maybe some of you have already heard me mention this quiz in some of my other videos here on my channel. But essentially, the quiz is just going to ask you a series of questions about your ex, about your breakup, in order to give you an idea of where you currently stand with your ex and what your chances are of getting them back. You'll also get some specific recommendations based on your custom answers. The quiz is at breakupbrad.com/quiz. So after you finish watching this video, head over there and give it a try for yourself. 100% free, takes 5 minutes at most. And again, to take the quiz, just go to breakupbrad.com/quiz. Okay, let's get started. Sign number 1 that indicates that you're never going to get your ex back is your ex has remarried. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, or even your ex-husband or your ex-wife, if they have tied the knot with somebody else since your breakup, then sadly, it is over and it's time for you to move on. Now, I doubt anybody watching this is facing that kind of situation, but I have had a few clients in the past who were trying to win back an ex that had already remarried to somebody else. Sadly, in those very rare cases, it's time to accept the reality of things and give up. Sign number 2, your ex has filed a restraining order or other legal proceedings against you. Now, I know you probably think this is pretty obvious, but you'd be amazed how irrational some people can be in the aftermath of a tough breakup. Most mistakes, like begging and pleading, they can be overcome if you have a solid game plan and stop making those kinds of mistakes quickly enough. But if you're at the point now where the police are involved, where there's any kind of legal restriction on you because of something you did or you said to your ex in the past, well, in that case, I'm sorry, but it is time to move on. You know, there's usually a pretty good reason when your ex takes that kind of drastic step to keep you away. So it's best just to give up and avoid further problems. All right, and time to move on to sign number 3. When it's been more than a year since your breakup and you have no way of getting in contact with your ex. Maybe you can't because they blocked your number, maybe they moved out of town, maybe they've just disappeared completely. Now, please note that I specifically qualified this one by saying when it's been more than a year. And that's because often, you know, right after a breakup, your ex may just disappear on you and stop responding to calls and texts. Now, if that's in the first month or 2 after the breakup, maybe even, several months, then you may still have a chance of getting them back, especially if you know through mutual friends or word of mouth that your ex is still around and living in the same town. But when you start talking about a year or more after the breakup, at that point, if your ex has still completely shut you out of their life by changing their phone number, blocking you on social media, moving to their side of the country, then unfortunately, 99% of the time, that's game over for your chances of winning them back. All right, now you've learned the 3 signs that indicate you'll never be able to win your ex back. I bet you're not facing any of those 3 situations yourself, are you? See, I told you that by the end of this video, you'd be feeling a little more optimistic about your chances. But now it's time, though, to stop making any mistakes that you may have been making, unknowingly in the past up until this point. And it's time to get yourself back on track to reverse your breakup and start over with your ex. And I do recommend you start by taking that free quiz on my website. Like I said, it's completely free, and you can take it right now at breakupbrad.com/quiz. You'll also be able to find a link to that quiz in the description box below. Takes like 5 minutes, so you might as well head over there right now and get started at breakupbrad.com/quiz. Got a question? Leave your questions, suggestions, feedback, your flattering testimonials. Leave it all in the comment section right below the video. If you've subscribed to my channel here on YouTube and you keep it fairly brief, I'm usually able to respond personally and to reply to almost every comment within a couple of days. And guys, reading your comments and questions is one of my favorite things about posting these YouTube videos, so please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. And that's after you've clicked that subscribe button, of course. All right, and that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in as always. The best of luck out there, and we'll see you next time.